Can grid connections build peace? Can shared rules hold nations together when history has kept them apart? This is the story of the energy community, not just an institution, but a quiet force that has rewired a region once fractured by war. In 2005, against a backdrop of Balkan post-war uncertainty, the EU and its neighbours made a commitment radical for its time, entered into a revolutionary agreement to integrate energy markets across Southeast and Eastern Europe.
The energy community was built as a framework, one that brings contracting parties to the table and keeps them working together on real, very practical issues.
The first challenges: building trust, creating competition, and fostering trade. Not easy, but necessary.
Почнавме со нашата работа и се очекуваше дека имаме несогласувања за многу работи. Точно е дека се појавуваа несогласувања, меѓутоа беше благодарение на копредседателот на ECRB, представникот на Европската комисија, секогаш се наоѓаше правилно решение и правилен пристап кон разрешување на проблемите.
2 decades later, the scope of interconnected energy markets became bigger than just supplying consumers. It now means resilience, opportunity, and a future integrated. And that future is increasingly powered by renewables. Across the region, contracting parties are turning away from fossil fuels and investing in clean energy, with energy community reforms opening the path and support from the European Union driving many of these efforts forward. In Albania, Karavasta is now home to the largest solar farm in the Western Balkans. In Serbia, Chibuk 1 brought large-scale wind to the region, 158 megawatts of clean generation. In Bosnia and Herzegovina, Ivovik is now the country's biggest wind project. In Kosovo, the Bajgora Wind Park stands as the largest renewable energy project, 105 megawatts of wind power built through regional cooperation and aligned with energy community principles. And by the end of 2025, North Macedonia aims to host the region's largest wind farm, a €546 million signal of serious ambition. Ukraine joined the energy community in 2011. It became one of its most engaged members, aligning laws, reforming institutions.
Prior to the full-scale invasion, we had very close cooperation with the Energy Community Secretariat in many aspects. Some expertise which we received from the Energy Community Secretariat on the legislation and on technical issues also.
In 2022, everything the energy community stood for, solidarity, connection, resilience, was put to the test. The full-scale invasion of Ukraine by Russia turned energy infrastructure into a war zone. Almost overnight, energy meant heat, hospitals, critical infrastructure, survival. The question wasn't what to say, but what to do.
So the war in Ukraine is a terrible war, obviously, in so many aspects. But one thing that we've seen that is really cruel is that Putin, Russia, has weaponized energy. And they target energy facilities when they bomb in Ukraine.
We were built in the aftermath of conflicts to foster cooperation, stability, and shared systems. When the war returned to the region, it challenged everything we had worked to build. But we moved fast. The Ukraine Energy Support Fund became a real-time response tool, proof that this community can turn commitment into action when it matters most.
Within weeks, the Secretariat and the European Commission launched the fund. Over €1 billion mobilised in less than 3 years. More than 60 companies supported. Equipment shipped across war-torn borders, under fire, under pressure.
New experience for us, how to maintain the system under constant attacks to the energy infrastructure. And that's a lot of things which is also new for us. But now we already passed 3 years of war, and we withstood all these years. During the winters, there were no total blackouts of the country.
That energy security is not abstract. It's hospitals functioning, homes staying warm, people surviving. And that regional cooperation, even if it seems technical, can make the difference between resilience and collapse.
At the beginning of 2025, Moldova was running out of time. Cut off by its dominant gas supplier, energy prices soared. Supplies were uncertain and political pressure was mounting.
We have set up a working group with Moldova to help them address the ongoing challenges, and this group last met on the 18th of December, and they are due to meet at technical level again later this week. We have also facilitated exchanges with our electricity network operators as well as with the Energy Community Secretariat to make sure that there is more electricity that can flow to the country when needed.
It wasn't just about gas. It was about pressure, blackmail, and lack of alternatives. We felt vulnerable and exposed.
But Moldova wasn't alone. With support from the European Union and the energy community, emergency plans were activated. Contracts were signed, alternative supplies were secured, gas and electricity kept flowing, homes stayed warm.
The energy community didn't just help us buy time. It helped us stand on our own feet. This collaborative effort not only alleviated the imminent crisis, but also marked a significant step towards Moldova's energy independence and integration with European energy systems.
We are also very well aware that the best way to help is to try and create some structures and some solutions that prevent crisis from arise. Having said that, when an actual crisis then do hit, or if it hits, we are of course ready to help our partners and friends.
In just a few months, the energy community went from facilitating reforms to managing emergencies, from drafting long-term frameworks to delivering trucks full of equipment. This wasn't a shift in mission, it was the mission, made real. The challenges today are different: climate change, digitalization, energy poverty. But the approach remains the same: trust, cooperation, and integration. And increasingly, the energy transition is being shaped not just by governments and utilities, but by people. Consumers are stepping into the spotlight, generating their own clean electricity and becoming part of a more decentralized, democratic energy system.
Cooperation works quietly, steadily, across borders, and in the hardest of times. It works.
It started as a question: whether shared rules and power lines could connect more than just grids. 2 decades later, the answer isn't written in treaties. It's in every hospital that stayed warm, every home that lit up after a blackout, every meeting where contracting parties sat across the table and kept talking. From post-war repair to a green transition still unfolding, the energy community has proven something quiet and powerful, that cooperation can last, that trust can be built, that peace can be wired in. And sometimes all of that is visible in something as simple as this, a single light, still on.
Two decades ago, the energy community was just a bold idea. Today it is a living example of what cooperation with the European Union can achieve. We have shown that even in the toughest moments, integration delivers. And as we face a new energy future, greener, more connected, more decentralized, this platform will matter even more. This is how we unite Europe's energy today and for what comes next.